What if the only thing holding you back isn't your talent, your background, or your luck, but your mindset? In her groundbreaking book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, psychologist Dr. Carol Dweck uncovered something extraordinary, a simple belief that separates people who reach their full potential from those who stay stuck. It's not intelligence, beauty, or skill. It's whether you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. Once you understand this difference, you'll begin to see your struggles, your failures, even your fears in a completely new light. Fixed versus growth mindset. Carol Dweck's research began with a simple question. Why do some students keep improving while others give up after one failure? After decades of study, she found two core mindsets that shape every part of our lives. A fixed mindset believes that abilities are born, not built. People with this mindset think intelligence, talent, or personality are fixed traits. They avoid challenges, fear mistakes, and see effort as proof of inadequacy. When they fail, they take it personally, as evidence that they're not enough. A growth mindset, on the other hand, sees abilities as muscles, developed through effort, practice, and persistence. Failure isn't a verdict, it's feedback. These people understand that greatness isn't found, it's created. Dweck's research showed that children praised for their effort became more resilient and curious. Those praised only for being smart avoided hard tasks, afraid to lose that label. The message is clear. What you believe about yourself shapes how you live, learn, and grow. The hidden trap of praise. One of the most surprising lessons from Dweck's book is that praise, if given the wrong way, can destroy motivation. When parents or teachers say, "You're so smart," it sounds positive, but it builds a fixed identity. The child thinks, "If I'm smart, I must never fail." Soon, they start avoiding anything challenging. But when you say, "You worked really hard on that," the focus shifts to effort, process, and improvement. The child begins to link success to action, not identity. And this lesson doesn't end in childhood, it applies to adults too. Many of us chase validation from bosses, friends, or social media instead of chasing growth. We perform instead of progress. And when criticism comes, we crumble. The antidote is to change your inner dialogue from "I can't do this" to "I can't do this yet." That single word "yet" opens the door to transformation. The power of yet. Dweck calls yet one of the most powerful words in the human language. It creates psychological space between failure and finality. When you say, "I can't do this," you close the door. When you say, "I can't do this yet," you leave it open. The growth mindset isn't about blind optimism. It's about realistic confidence, the belief that through learning, feedback, and effort, you can improve any skill. Brain imaging studies even back this up. People with a growth mindset show more neural activity in the regions linked to learning after making a mistake. Their brains literally grow when challenged. So next time you fail, instead of shame, try curiosity. Ask, "What can I learn here?" Because that question is how you turn pain into progress. How fixed mindset limits potential. Dweck's research revealed that the fixed mindset doesn't only affect individuals, it infects teams, companies, and relationships. In workplaces with a fixed mindset culture, people hide mistakes, fear feedback, and compete instead of collaborate. Innovation dies because everyone's too afraid to look foolish. In relationships, a fixed mindset turns love into judgment. Partners expect perfection, from themselves and each other. And when things get hard, they give up, believing this isn't meant to be. In contrast, people with a growth mindset communicate, learn, and adapt. They don't demand flawless connection. They build it through effort, patience, and empathy. The truth is simple. Fixed mindsets chase approval. Growth mindsets chase progress. Learning from failure. Dweck's work connects deeply with real stories of transformation. Think of Thomas Edison, who made over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he replied, "I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." That's the growth mindset in motion. Athletes like Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team, and entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, who failed multiple startups before success, all share this inner belief that failure is a teacher, not a verdict. Dweck reminds us talent matters, but mindset determines whether talent grows or dies. When you fall, you have two options: protect your ego or feed your evolution. How to develop a growth mindset. So how do you train your mind to grow instead of fear? Carol Dweck outlines several simple, powerful habits. Embrace challenges. See difficulty as a gem for your mind. The harder it gets, the stronger you become. Replace "I failed" with "I learned." Mistakes aren't proof you're bad. They're proof you tried. Seek feedback. Don't avoid criticism. Ask for it. It's your mirror for growth. Celebrate effort, not outcome. When you finish something hard, focus on what you learned, not just how it turned out. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Mindset is contagious. Spend time with people who push you to improve, not those who keep you small. Growth doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. The science behind growth mindset. Dweck's ideas aren't just motivational, they're scientific. Research in neuroplasticity shows that the brain changes its structure through learning and repetition. Every time you challenge yourself, your brain forms new connections. Every time you persist, those connections strengthen. Even intelligence, once thought to be fixed, is flexible. Studies on students taught about brain growth showed remarkable improvements in grades, motivation, and resilience. In simple terms, when you believe you can grow, your brain believes it too. That's not magic. That's biology responding to belief. Growth mindset in real life. You can apply Dweck's philosophy to every area of your life. In career, instead of fearing a difficult project, approach it as training for your next level. In relationships, instead of expecting perfection, focus on communication and learning together. In health, instead of saying, "I'm not disciplined," say, "I'm learning discipline." Each reframe shifts your identity from someone who has to someone who becomes. And that's the heart of this philosophy. You are not a finished product. You are a work in progress, constantly evolving through challenge, curiosity, and choice. The inner voice, your greatest ally or enemy. Dweck emphasizes that your mindset lives in your inner dialogue. That little voice that says, "You're not good enough," can either be your prison or your teacher. A growth mindset doesn't silence that voice. It changes its tone. It says, "Yes, this is hard, but I can learn." It says, "Yes, I made a mistake, but I can improve." Over time, this voice becomes your inner coach instead of your inner critic. The key isn't to eliminate doubt, but to answer it wisely. Reflection. The journey never ends. Finally, Carol Dweck reminds us that mindset is never fixed. Even the growth mindset itself is something we must continually practice. It's easy to slip into comfort, to protect our ego, to avoid feedback. But awareness brings freedom. Take time every week to ask yourself, where did I act from fear this week? Where did I act from growth? How can I stretch a little more tomorrow? Every reflection is a recalibration, a small reset toward becoming your higher self. Mindset is not just a book about success, it's a mirror that shows how your beliefs shape your destiny. If you believe your limits define you, you'll live small. If you believe you can learn, change, and rise, you'll live fully. As Dweck writes, becoming is better than being. You are not what you were yesterday, and you're not yet what you can be tomorrow. Keep learning, keep trying, keep growing, because your potential is not a destination. It's a journey that begins the moment you choose to believe in it.